Hi.
Hello.
So you are joining us from Mexico. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's why you see this background, because I am currently in Mexico and I figured it would be nice to kind of have something that is of my own art in the
It's
back.
decorative, yes. What is the piece
Yeah,
behind you?
so I titled it El Pintor, which is the painter,
Mhm.
in response to just how bees go around pollinating the world and how obviously they pollinate flowers and all the flowers are different colors.
Yeah.
Just a little quick thing, the green here in this hex, you can't see my mouse, I don't think, but around the hexagon or the cube, the green on the cube represents the earth. And then the primary colors represents the primary colors, which we as artists derive to make all the colors that we can make.
Oh, that's so cool. Yes,
Thanks.
your art is very symbolic. Actually, this is perfect because I want to do like a little intro. Some of us know you already because you've been on this event before and you've also done the artist video with us, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But I want to kind of give them like a little bit of a summary of who you are for people who are just meeting you for the first time. So can you tell us a little bit about your work and how you started creating?
Yeah, so I do bookbinding. That's primarily like my practice, although I do a lot of other stuff like installation work and a little bit of sculpture. However, I do these boxes that I call the Kinetic Box Sculptures, and they are using sacred geometry and insects, because that's my specialty. And they open up in various ways and they have little specimen inside. And that all kind of came through when every time I would come to Mexico to visit my grandma, she had a garden with a lot of plants. And so obviously there's going to be a lot of insects. And I started kind of just going through her garden and seeing all the insects. And that's kind of what really captivated me, where I started to be captivated by the insect world and the micro world. And noticing the geometry in the plants and in insects and everywhere. And I tried to kind of encompass all of that vast information into these little condensed little boxes that are very fun to make. They take a long time, but they're really exciting and fun. And I think they're very, it's like a curiosity cabinet in a way, but portable.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good like description of them. Let's go ahead and bring up your most recent project
Okay.
so people can see what we're talking about.
I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, you're gonna do a screen share? Great.
Yeah. Okay, so this is my stuff. This is me. The first one I'm going to talk about is called Movimiento Elusivo, Jugando con la Naturaleza, which, just real quick, I did the Omni Open Studios back in June, and I was barely starting to create it. So you're going to see the final piece. And
right. And we did an artist video of this, which can be found on the Omni Open Studios YouTube channel, and you can watch Anna build this piece.
Yes, and that's on my website as well.
Yes, it's also on Anna's
website. So if I were, and so if I was at my house, this is what my studio would look like. So I wanted to add these photos so just you have an idea of what it is. This is me starting to do the box in the very beginning stages. And this is what it looks like now. The outside of it, so it unravels like this and it folds up all the way. And as you see, it opens in multiple ways. And this one was the focus of just all of the insects, not one insect in particular, just the abundance of the beauty of the insects that exist on the planet. And the back part is a
detail.
Yeah, and the back one is a dragonfly. And this one took me literally, like, if I were to have worked a full-time job, 40 hours a week, 1 month to complete nonstop. And I don't know if I have it in a picture in this one in particular, but if you go to my website and if you look at the video, the artist video that Gwyneth was talking about, you'll see all of the process that I did, and there's some writing on there that is not necessarily.
Oh, the dream language.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, your dream language.
So for me, dreams are very amazing and important. And so sometimes in my dreams, I speak other languages. And I like to think that those are languages that are from insects or nature. And I like to incorporate that into my artwork. That's why also you see it in the background.
But yeah, that's what the word is, around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so however it like sounds in my mind, or in my mind, then when as I'm making the art, I'm pretending that I'm like speaking it, and so I just write it how it sounds to me, and I just let it flow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say this because it might not be clear just from the photos, but each of these little triangles that you see coming out that have rolled out of Anna's little box here have inside of them, they have additional beautiful illustrations on all three sides, and then they also have a little specimen inside of them that there's one that is a bumblebee, I think was correct.
Yeah, it's a bumblebee that I found outside my house.
Right. And then what were the other ones that were in there?
The other ones are all different. It's a mixture of various materials. It's like found objects. Somebody what I mean by objects is like someone gave me these little porcupine needles that they had, and they're like, "Oh, you could use this. You're Anna." I'm like, "Yes, I can."
That's right.
And so then and then some of them they have cheesecloth, I use wax, I use hemp, I use coffee filters. It's just kind of whatever materials I think are going to be best to really make it look like it's a real.
So you make, let's step back a second real quick. You make like your own version of like a insect or specimen created by these materials, these found materials that you've put together.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody's like, well, what are them? Like, well, they're fictional archaeological discoveries.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I like to add them in here, and you can't see them in this picture, but in this one
you can
kind of see just the two of them. So the one at the end, that one is a little seed of a particular flower that has two porcupine needle. Oh no, sorry, excuse me, not porcupine. That one has thorns from an old bush that from my grandma's house that was dried out, and I collected all the thorns. And then the one right next to that one looks like a little where the butterflies are in, like
I was thinking pupa, but I'm like, is that the right word? Or it's like a cocoon.
yeah. I kept thinking of the word in Spanish. Yeah, it's a cocoon. And so it kind of like mimics like that, right? But it's that one's made out of wax and clay. And
did we give them the title of this piece in English as well?
No, I'll go back. So
yeah, no problem.
Elusive movement, playing with nature, because I like to go to nature and spend time there and really observe the nature, and be able to kind of play with the information that I see out there and kind of create my own. So I play with what I see. I don't necessarily copy it exactly as it is or as nature really is. And so I like to kind of put in my own little twist to it.
That's so cool.
And
it's such a beautifully detailed piece too. Definitely check out the artist video, everybody. Could you end the screen share so that we can see you again? And then is the because you also had another demonstration that you wanted to show us, the concept for your next project.
That's in here too.
Okay, that's in the presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Let's continue.
It's okay. No problem. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, yeah.
I thought for some reason that you were going to hold it up, but
I was going to do that, but
it doesn't make sense with the background though. So yeah, the screen share works better.
And also it would be too hard to show you all. It's easier this way.
Yeah, you've got like a video. Smart.
Yeah. Okay, so again, that's me. So the next one, the reason I have this photo is because, as I mentioned, I'm in Mexico and I'm from Michoacan. Michoacan is where the monarch butterflies migrate to as well, like all the way from Canada, and all of the migration, they end up over here. And so I was really lucky to see one this trip. And so the next the next box that I'm going to create is going to be based on the monarch butterflies, again, focusing on pollinators. This is me in Mexico, just so you guys all can see real quick.
Oh, yes.
And then, so this is the box. Again, it's going to be a hexagon in relation to, insects, bees.
And the sacred geometry as well, right?
Yes, the sacred geometry, correct. Yeah. And then this one is also going to open. The other one opens all the way like I mean, you guys saw it. I don't have to
It
describe.
rolls out. Yes.
Yeah,
rolls
yeah,
out.
it rolled out. And this one, it opens like this. And
So cool.
so this one, I'm gonna show you a
Oh,
video
you've got a
real
video.
quick.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna play it one more time.
Yeah.
And this one, the idea behind it is that it's a flower. And so
Yes.
then you can open it up and then it closes back up when I pull the strings.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
that's what's the so yeah. So now I'll do my stop sharing.
Yeah. So you've got like some real
Yeah.
engineering going on there. So it's
I
a
know.
flower, and what's the concept behind it? Like, what's the art going to be?
So it's gonna be the Monarch Butterflies. And my idea is to kind of to really get to know the Monarch Butterfly. So like study it more deeply rather than just be like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then understand its stages and kind of what more metamorphosis it goes through. So it's kind of a play on metamorphosis and rebirth, you know, because I mean butterflies, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a really big lesson for me, humanity. And I wanted to do the flower because I love flowers a lot. And I feel like it was appropriate to create something like that to encompass as much as I can about the monarch butterflies. And I wanted to keep it kinetic again. I wanted it to so that the viewer can also like have fun with it, because my whole idea behind all of my art is to kind of go back to the innocence of who we are before we get in a way like programmed by society of like use your imagination, like have fun, you know, create from the heart space and go for it, and just more it's like open your imagination and have fun and play and love life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, can you tell us a little bit about what's in your shop right now?
So right now I haven't updated it, but that's a surprise. Also, I'm going to be doing a launch about that. I'm going to be doing right now what I have are journals that I've made. And they also the covers are about flowers and insects. And I have some prints in there too that also have like one of the prints is the one that's behind me.
Oh, very cool.
And when I get back from Mexico, I'm going to be making. So this is the first time that anybody's going to hear from the public. So you're lucky that you're here.
Yeah, you heard it here.
Yeah, you heard it here. I'm going to be printing shirts of different designs.
Ooh, that's
so
cool.
So I'm working with my friends. My friend does shirt printing stuff. And so I'm working with her so that I can have those ready, hopefully in the next month in October. That
Just
way
in time
also
for the
people,
holidays.
yeah, exactly. That way people can go. And once I have all of that, like, because obviously I need to go back so I can see everything before I post to the public. But I wanted to share that with everybody who's here so that way they can keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
So you guys are all the very first ones to know. Not even Gwen knew about it.
I didn't. It was a surprise.
Yeah. I wanted to surprise you too.
Awesome.
So yeah, and so I'm excited. And then so right now is
journals
journals and prints, and then in the future, near future, I'll have shirts and other cool stuff. So definitely check out my website.
Awesome.
AnnaBedolla.com. And thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Hey, thanks for watching. For more videos like this, go to the link here. And to support us, you can join the Patreon by going to the link below.